Hi, welcome to another video. I thought this video actually was going to be quite easy to make. I've titled it Westernization, how the Western values are affecting Cambodia. As I delved deeper into it, I discovered that it's a massive subject. And it has lots of quirks and turns and things you don't really think about. But basically, Cambodia is thousands of years old. Has a long history of Apsara dance, which conveys a lot of meaning. It has a lot of ancient temples. It has an ancient culture. It has family connections really tied into the fabric of society. But that has been changing. And that's what this video is going to be all about. I'm going to have to make it in several parts because it's such a vast subject and there's such a lot going on that I just couldn't make it as one video. So it will be split into various parts. This is a bit about the background. Cambodia is a youthful country due to a certain man who was in charge of the Khmer Rouge, which we don't talk about, but you all know who I mean. Who altered the demographic of the population of this country, such that a lot of the country is now of a younger age, especially in the male population. So that does influence some of it. And I'm just going to leave it at that for the intro. This is the intro bit of the video. We'll go on to further bits later on, but I can't make it all in one because it's just too vast a subject. So I'm just going to leave that there, right? So that's the end of part one of this video. Well, welcome to the second part of this video, entitled Westernization. So, when did it start and what's changing and what's it due to? Well, there are several factors. Go back to the 1953, this country was colonised by France before then. France gave it up, agreed on a border between here and Thailand, which Thailand are now disputing violently, apparently. I don't know. I haven't been into it enough yet. You don't get a lot of news on it, little bits and pieces, but not a lot. It's a bit of a skirmish, a bit of sabre rattling, I hope. They've never lived together very well, I don't suspect. Vietnam's to the south and the east, so we'll see what happens there. But they're all right up to now. They've probably got more right to be annoyed with Cambodia than Thailand has. Anyway, that's by the by. So what's changing? There's one good thing that I've noticed about Cambodia is their banking system, which I think I read somewhere. What happened was that the banks were run on Western banks, French style or UK style, whichever. And it was a bit of a mishmash. So I think I've read it somewhere. They decided to scrap that and rebuild a new system, which they have done. We have the main branch in Siem Reap, where I'm based, has one main branch, loads of ATMs where you can pay money in as well. But the ATM branch is about, I don't know, a kilometre from me, 60p tuk-tuk ride, whatever. Depending on whether it's hot or not, I sometimes I'll walk there. And just round the corner it's one of my favourite little cafes, which does a little bit of Western food, called Our Place. So it just works out nicely. Style verb, nicely. Okay, I do listen to a bit of world news, world service, which is very strange because it's got off the BBC Sounds, but you can get it other ways. And it's good to know that the UK government now is looking after its pets. They've stopped they're going to ban electric collars, going to tighten up on fox hunting, etc. It's good to know they're looking after the animals, they've not the people. But there it is. Well, in my take, and I don't do politics, as you know. Anyway, so what's changing in Cambodia? One of the reasons I came to Cambodia was this is not meant to be derogatory. It's third worldliness, shall we call it. In that it was just coming out of a traditional country with traditional values of families and people talking to each other and people leaving the doors open and not worrying, and crime rate is low, etc. Due to that certain fellow who we don't mention, who was a communist, I thought they cared about people, perhaps they don't. Anyway, so the demographic of the population here is that there are quite a lot of young people. And it's a bit in a way like the UK, in that rather than having a north-south divide as they have in the UK, and it does exist, believe you me, they've got a city and rural area divide. A lot of the rural areas don't speak English. Most of the city areas do. It's also a very youngly populated country. A lot of youth here. Hence they've got a lot of social media take up, about 70%, which is quite high. I mean, I think America's the highest, at 77-ish, something like that. Mainly Facebook, some Instagram, some TikTok. But they grow and they come and they go, and you know what happens with them. I think you've got to be on Facebook. The banking system, which I touched on earlier, they revamped, and instead of doing contactless, etc., they do it on a system of QR codes. So if I had a business in Cambodia, I would get a QR code, and somebody could just snap that QR code on their phone and they had the right bank account, and I would take them right to their bank account where they can just put the amount of the transaction in, put the password in, and Bob's your uncle. Paid, done. As has been explained before, Cambodia works on two currencies, real and US dollar. You can pay in either, it doesn't matter. The exchange rate, not that I've noticed, hasn't changed very much, but it's there. Doesn't make a lot of difference. I find the dollars easy. The reals are a bit difficult because they're mainly printed in Khmer to start with. There's a little bit in English, well, in English numerics. But you've got to find that, and you can get confused. Just something else to look out for. But you'll get it. You get it. Just learn your 4 times table. And your 8 times table if you're from the UK, because it's roughly 80 pence to the dollar, so probably a bit less now, I don't know. Anyway, you can work it out. So what's changing? Well, they're losing the family connections, I think. They're getting influenced on their wear, especially the youth, who are now wearing more Western clothes. The Cambodians themselves did not seem to be a clothes-conscious country. They were utilitarian. And in Siem Reap, where I am, they're not judgmental on clothing. There are a few who come out of Phnom Penh or wherever who do like to show off a bit. Oh, we've got the best clothing, we've got the best cars, we've got this, we've got that. Well, let them have it. And I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, you can't. There's always this one-upmanship, and I don't know why. Don't ask me. Just is. Anyway, there it is, and that's what they use. That's what they stand to lose. They stand to lose the Apsara dance, which I haven't seen yet. It's on my bucket list. Don't forget, I haven't been here very long, and apologies to anybody who thinks they're talking out my arse. Then fair enough. Let them think it. I can only see what I see. Social use. That's all it is, and you've got to be in that. And the take-up is phenomenal. And they know how to use it. They know more than I do. I used to build bloody computers. Now I thinking, well, I can't. Anyway, so that's bye for now for the second part of the video. There's more to come. Just probably in the digital revolution, the take-ups on various things, and then we'll just do the conclusion, and then that'll be it. Cambodia is changing fast. It's changing quickly. I shouldn't use the word fast. It's changing quickly. It's an adverb. God, I went to a grammar school. And it will change. You can't stop it. The West's changing. And it'll arrive over here. I mean, we're stuck in the middle between China, Russia and flipping West here, aren't we? And Australia, I suppose. Although Australia's probably remote enough to get away with a lot. Anyway, bye-bye for now. Bye. Well, hello again, and welcome to part 3. Ooh, I've hated making this video. It's just been too much information, and things that are happening so quickly they can't pick them all up at once. Anyway, part 3. What I think is changing Cambodia is the internet. I know that Tim Berners-Lee shared part of my name. He never told me, but there it is. So I'm just going to call this the digital tsunami. Obviously, it's a bit like the westernised Western countries. It happens in the big cities, the big towns first, and then spreads out. I mean, there are plenty of people in Cambodia living in the countryside who don't even know what the internet is. Yeah, you go down to Phnom Penh, and it's just based on that. Siem Reap is much the same. The banking couldn't exist without it. It's all based around that. And instead of a north-south divide as we get in the UK, they've got a city and rural divide. And it's going to happen. And I suppose that when the older people die off, the young will just take over and it will all be westernised fully. Anyway, so we're going to call it that. It's about 72 or 73% of the population of Cambodia, internet-wise, shall we call them. That's about 11 million, 10.5 million, 11 million people. And they're mainly young. And it's just that quickness, that speed of change is destroying the conventional clothing, conventional dance, the conventional beliefs, and the conventional family connections. Is it a good thing? I don't know. I'd like to think not, but there it is. It is happening, and we can't stop it. It's there. It's happened, and it's all down to that man who shares my name in parts. Anyway, there it is. I'm just going to leave it at that because that's all there is to say on this subject. It's going to happen. I hope it doesn't, and I hope it doesn't change their beliefs. They've got a beautiful Buddhist philosophy, call it what you will, spiritualism, religion, philosophy, whatever you want to call it. And I hope they can keep that somehow. Somehow, they keep their friendliness. Just because it's a lovely, as it is now. I mean, I've only been here, 6-7 weeks. And I'm just loving it. I love the friendliness, I love the non-judgmental character of it. They don't judge you. They don't judge you by looking at you, by looking at your face, by the colour of your skin, etc. They do not judge you. You are there on your own merit, whatever it be, good or bad, scruffy, poor, thick, stupid, clever, bright, whatever. They do not judge you. You are as they see you, and that's brilliant, and that will do for me. And that's the end of this video. The next one will be the conclusion, and then I'm going to do some fun videos because this is too serious. Bye for now. Hello and welcome to part 4 of this video. This is the last bit because I'm bloody fed up of it. I really am. It's been keeping me awake all night and all day just thinking about what to say in this video. So I've come to the conclusion that Cambodia is fading fast, the old Cambodia. and it's going to be taken over by something new, all thanks to the bloody internet. As I've said before many times in this mini-series of videos all platted together, so to speak. Anyway, so this is the conclusion. So it's not a case of religion, non-religion, yeah, it's not good versus evil. It's about then, as it was and now, as it's going to be in the future. And we can't stop it. But my plea to the Cambodians, if any Cambodians do actually watch this, they may do, you never know. But to expats and people who care, keep the values you've got, because they're tremendously good values, and they really are. And you can't make these, you can't legislate for them, you can't make people do things, not the way they want to behave, not the way they behave here. It is just absolutely lovely to be treated with respect. And the respect, the elders, the respect people who have done things. It doesn't happen in the West. The young people think the old are just fuddy-duddies who know nothing. That's just the culture they're in. And I just hope that Cambodia doesn't get that way. It probably will, but there it is. But not in my lifetime, thank goodness. And I just hope that they keep the values and the non-judgmental character, which I think is absolutely fantastic, that nobody judges you. I've not found anybody, or seen anybody, who judges people. Even expats don't judge the expats. Well, some may do, I don't know. I've not met many. Most expats seem to be friendly towards expats. That's brilliant. I think it's just a philosophy of the lifestyle. If you move out here, you just fall into it. And for that, I'm seriously grateful. And thank you for watching the video. And tomorrow, I'm going to go and have some Western food. Yes, I'm going to go to our place. I might take you with me. Just as a bit of light relief. Take you out of this beautiful apartment I'm in on the 3rd floor, the 47-step floor I call it, because it's 47 steps to this apartment from the ground. Sometimes it takes me 46, I don't know how that works. Perhaps somebody's taking one step away, I don't know. Anyway, there it is. So it's bye-bye for now. Keep right, I'm back on track. I've got this video out of the bloody way. I wish I'd never started it, but there it is. It had to be done. So bye for now.